Life has presented your person with a series of challenges that have weighed heavily on their mind, body, and spirit. These struggles have come from many directions: personal battles, emotional conflicts, and difficult circumstances, all of which have left them feeling completely drained. The constant fight to stay strong has worn them down to the point of exhaustion. They are not just physically tired, but emotionally weary from carrying the weight of their regrets and unresolved emotions. This constant state of turmoil has begun to affect their everyday life. They are not eating properly, and their sleep is almost non-existent. Even when they try to rest, their thoughts spiral into chaos, keeping them awake long into the night. Much of this restlessness comes from their negative thought patterns. Their mind continuously replays the mistakes they made, the pain they caused, and the moments where they could have chosen differently. They replay, again and again, the way they hurt you, something that deeply haunts them now. They often wonder how they could approach you, how they could explain the reasons behind their behavior, and how they could make you understand that they never intended for things to go the way they did. These thoughts are not fleeting. They weigh heavily on them, stealing their peace and clarity. At the core of their pain lies heartbreak. They never wanted to cause you suffering, yet circumstances and poor decisions led to just that. This realization crushes them, because hurting you was never part of their plan. They know they cannot erase the past, but they also know that if they come forward with honesty and transparency, there is a chance for forgiveness. They sense that within your heart there is the capacity to forgive if they are willing to approach you with truth and humility. This hope gives them a fragile thread to hold on to, even in the darkest moments of their overthinking. Your person sees you as someone admirable, strong, and wise. They recognize that you have clarity about what you want in life. You are not someone who settles for less than you deserve. They know that you desire stability, commitment, and perhaps even marriage at this stage of your journey. This understanding adds both pressure and motivation for them. It pushes them to reflect deeply on what they can offer and how they can rise to meet your expectations. More than anything, they pray for something to shift, for a divine intervention that will help break the stagnancy and silence that currently exists between the two of you. Though they may not openly express it, your person is making plans in silence. They are not rushing forward recklessly but instead thinking carefully about how to approach you in the right way. Their deepest desire is to come back into your life, not just temporarily, but with a commitment to building something stable and lasting. They are preparing themselves to take a leap of faith, even though fear and uncertainty often creep in. For them, this is not just about returning. It is about offering you the security and stability you deserve. On your side, however, things are not entirely easy either. You are caught in your own thoughts about this connection, which at times leaves you feeling stuck. You may feel frustrated, even slightly annoyed, that things have dragged on without resolution. The lack of clarity may make it difficult for you to see a way forward. It feels as though you are standing in a fog, unsure of where to step next or how the situation might unfold. Despite this, deep within you there is still a sense of hope, even if it feels faint at times. It is important to remember that there is light at the end of the tunnel, even if right now it feels distant or hidden. The struggles, sleepless nights, and silent prayers are all part of a larger journey of healing and transformation. For reconciliation and growth to occur, however, both sides must be willing to let go of grudges and past resentments. Holding on to anger or disappointment will only keep you both stuck in the same cycle of pain. Forgiveness, while not easy, can open the door to healing, not only for your person, but for you as well. Your person longs for the chance to prove themselves, to show that their intentions are genuine, and to make amends for the past. They know that words alone will not be enough. They must come forward with actions, consistency, and clarity. Their silent planning is a reflection of their seriousness, even if from the outside it may appear like hesitation. They are gathering the courage to step into the unknown, to take that leap of faith, because their love for you and desire to rebuild outweighs their fear. As for you, this is a time to reflect on what you truly want and need in this connection. It is understandable to feel stuck, uncertain, or even protective of your heart after all that has transpired. Yet, you are being reminded that release is key. Letting go of lingering anger or bitterness does not mean forgetting the pain, but it does mean creating space for something new, whether that is reconciliation with your person or a new chapter entirely. The universe is gently guiding you toward healing, encouraging you to trust that the struggles will not last forever. Both of you are on a path of transformation. Your person is learning the value of honesty, vulnerability, and commitment, while you are learning the strength of boundaries, patience, and forgiveness. Though the road has been difficult, it is leading you both toward greater clarity. Whether the outcome is reconciliation or simply inner peace, there is a purpose to the struggles you are facing now. And through it all, one truth remains constant: the light at the end of the tunnel is real, and it is waiting for you. I may not admit it openly, but deep down I carry a heavy weight of regret for many of the choices I made in the past. Sometimes, when I sit in silence and allow my mind to wander, I feel overwhelmed by the realization of how differently life could have turned out if I had chosen better, if I had acted with more courage when it mattered most. Those moments of reflection remind me of how fragile trust is, and how painful it can be to lose it. Over the years, I have been backstabbed and betrayed by people I once considered trustworthy, people I placed above you in my heart when I should not have. I chose to believe in their words, in their masks, and it left me broken. Their betrayal has made me question the very idea of loyalty. I find myself living in a world where all I seem to see is deception, manipulation, and selfishness. And in that world, your absence feels even heavier, because you were the only one whose presence ever made me feel safe. I miss you constantly. Your presence lingers in my mind no matter how much I try to bury myself in distractions. I have been working longer hours, staying late, taking on more responsibilities than I need to, all in an attempt to escape my thoughts, to numb the ache that refuses to leave me. But no matter how hard I push myself, when the night comes and I'm left alone with my thoughts, the pain resurfaces stronger than before. I remember the warmth of our moments together, the way your smile could dissolve the tension in my heart, the comfort of your embrace, and the intimacy that went far beyond the physical. Those memories are carved into me, and they remind me that what we had was irreplaceable. Often, I catch myself imagining a future that could have been. I see you as the mother of my child, nurturing, loving, and filling the home with the kind of warmth only you could bring. That thought both comforts and devastates me. Comforts me, because it feels so right. Devastates me, because it remains only a vision, a dream I let slip away. I long for you to pour your love into my life once again. Only your love has the power to soothe the restless nights, to bring peace to the chaos within me, to transform my pain into something bearable. Without it, I feel lost, wandering endlessly through disappointment after disappointment. I am tired. Tired of being let down, tired of expecting loyalty only to be met with betrayal, tired of giving chances to people who never valued me. And in the middle of all this exhaustion, I find myself questioning if you are still waiting for me, if you have held on through the distance and the silence. One of my deepest regrets is the inaction I showed when it came to you. I let fear, pride, and hesitation keep me from giving you the certainty you deserved. Life since then has not been easy. Every struggle reminds me of how different it was when you were by my side. With you, even the heaviest burdens felt lighter. With you, challenges became lessons, not punishments. Without you, everything feels harsher, colder, and less forgiving. No matter how much I try to project strength, deep inside I know I need your emotional support. That support gave me real strength to face anything life threw at me. You had a way of reminding me of who I was, of encouraging me to rise above difficulties, and of grounding me when I felt like losing myself. With you, I was never alone. With you, I was never afraid of the future. Life always seemed easier when your hand was in mine, when I could turn to you and know I was not facing the world alone. It has been so long since we parted ways, yet time has not lessened my feelings. If anything, it has deepened them. The distance has made me realize what truly matters, what I cannot live without. I know that perhaps you doubt my loyalty, perhaps you question whether I remained true to us even when we were apart. But I want you to know with all certainty, I have been loyal to you, in every way that counts. My heart has not wavered. My love has not faded. If anything, the trials I have faced have only made me more certain that what I want, what I need, is you. This love, despite everything, is mutual. I feel it when I think of you, when memories replay themselves in my heart, when hope whispers to me that it's not too late. I believe that you, too, still carry a piece of me within you, just as I carry you within me. Love like this does not disappear with time or distance, it lingers, it persists, it survives. And though I may have made mistakes, though I may have let my inaction cause us pain, I still believe in what we shared. I believe in the bond that made us stronger together than we ever were apart. So here I am, confessing what I once left unsaid. I regret my past choices. I regret letting others come before you. I regret allowing silence to replace the words you needed to hear. But above all, I regret not holding on tighter to the one person who made me feel whole. Life has been difficult, and I know it will continue to test me, but I also know that with your love, with your presence, I can withstand anything. You are my strength, my peace, and my hope. And if there is still a chance, even the smallest chance, I want to rebuild what we had, to give us both the love we deserve. Your partner carries a deep sense of regret over how things unfolded between the two of you. When they look back, they cannot help but wish they had handled situations differently. In their heart, they replay certain moments and decisions, imagining how much better things could have turned out if they had acted with more patience, understanding, or honesty. The weight of those regrets has lingered with them, making them long for an opportunity to go back in time and undo the mistakes that created distance in your relationship. If it were possible, they would rewrite those chapters just to preserve the bond you once shared. Despite this, your partner has been quietly holding on to the idea of reaching out to you. They have considered making you an offer, perhaps a gesture of reconciliation or a sincere attempt to rebuild the connection. However, hesitation keeps them from moving forward. They are deeply uncertain about how you feel at this point in your journey. While their heart pushes them toward you, their mind warns them that you might no longer see the relationship in the same light. That uncertainty creates an inner conflict, leaving them stuck between hope and fear. From their perspective, you are still everything they could ever wish for in a partner. You represent their ideal, the person who once brought them joy and fulfillment. Even now, they think of you as their ultimate wish come true. Yet this devotion is complicated by doubt. Do you still feel the same way about them, or has time and distance changed your heart? They cannot answer this question, and that not knowing keeps them from moving forward as quickly as they want. Your partner also recognizes that being with you will not be simple. If they decide to pursue the relationship again, they will have to face opposition, whether from circumstances, external pressures, or even the people around you both. They know the road back to you will not be smooth. Still, their willingness to consider facing these challenges shows the depth of their feelings. You mean enough to them that they are prepared to endure resistance, though the fear of rejection continues to weigh heavily on their mind. At the same time, they see you pulling back. To them, it seems like you have shifted your energy inward, focusing more on yourself, your healing, and your own sense of well-being. They notice that you are prioritizing self-care and protecting your emotional space, which makes them admire your strength but also feel distanced. In fact, your independence intimidates them. They sense that you have grown stronger through everything that has happened, and that strength makes them worry about whether they still have a place in your life. Because of this, they approach the idea of reconnecting with caution. They fear that if they were to come toward you without being fully prepared, you might lash out or push them away. This fear does not stem from thinking you are unfair, but rather from their awareness that they have caused you pain in the past. They know you would not tolerate insincerity, half-truths, or evasive behavior. If they are to approach you, they must come honestly, without masks or pretenses. They cannot pretend with you because they understand that you see straight through them. You always have. That transparency is both frightening and grounding for them. It forces them to confront the truth of who they are and how they must show up for you. In recent times, however, something within your partner has begun to shift. They are finally starting to see things more clearly, and more importantly, from your perspective. The challenges and disagreements that once seemed confusing to them now make sense when viewed through your eyes. They are realizing that your boundaries were not meant to create distance but to protect your sense of peace. They are beginning to understand that what you asked for was never unreasonable, it was simply about wanting stability, honesty, and commitment. To them, this understanding is sobering. They now recognize how much those qualities, security, loyalty, and long-term commitment, mean to you. It is not that you asked for perfection, but rather that you sought a foundation strong enough to withstand life's storms. Your partner now knows that if they are to have any chance of being with you again, they must align themselves with these values. They cannot return to you offering uncertainty or instability, because that will no longer be enough. This realization has placed them at a crossroads. On one side is their fear, the fear of rejection, the fear of facing your anger or disappointment, and the fear of confronting their own past mistakes. On the other side is their hope, the hope that you might still see them as worthy of another chance, the hope that love can be rebuilt, and the hope that the bond between you is stronger than the distance created by time and conflict. In their heart, your partner longs for reconciliation. They wish they could reach across the divide and show you how much they have grown, how deeply they regret the past, and how earnestly they want to create a different future with you. But they know this desire must be matched with action, patience, and sincerity. They are aware that words alone will not be enough. If they truly want to earn your trust again, they must show up with the stability and commitment you value so deeply. Until then, they remain caught between silence and expression, hesitation and longing. They are watching you from a distance, respecting your strength, and quietly preparing themselves for the day they may gather the courage to step forward. They hope, when that moment comes, you will see the sincerity in their heart and believe in the possibility of a new beginning together.